welcome to this post-race press conference for the 10th round of the MCE Insurance British Superbike Championship. Congratulations to the podium three, and we start with Honda Racing's Jason O'Halloran. And Jason, you really wanted that third place.
Yeah, it was a tough race. Starting from the third row of the grid was always going to be difficult. Yesterday with the temperature being down, we really struggled with grip, and I just couldn't get the bike to work. So coming into today, I wasn't overly confident, to be honest. I thought it was going to be a tough old day. Woke up this morning, had a look at the forecast, and the temperature was going to be up from yesterday, and we made a couple of big changes for warm-up. When I say big, like big for us, normally we don't change a lot, come race day. Changed the link, changed the front fork spring, changed quite a few things, and it actually turned out really well for us. I felt really comfortable, confident. I had to use a lot of my tyre to get to James. I think if I had been with the group, maybe I would have had more for him. But I came from a long way back, worked hard the whole race. James rode really well. It was just 10th at a time, just a little bit. But we got there, made a clean pass on him at Foggy's S's, and yeah, came home with another podium. So happy with that. I think the starting position for race 2 is much better than race 1. The soft tyre for us is working great. I think we can have a good race if we can get away with Shaky and Leon. I think we can. Who knows? I think we can at least be closer than what we were in race 1. So we'll give it our best shot.
Was it the wrong tyre, Leon?
Obviously, I was second. No, we'd done a lot of work all weekend with a hard tyre, and we knew the softer one was more grip, but we've not done distance. We know our bike uses the tyre a little more, and we said if it had got above 30, we'll try the 0. And literally the last minute on the death, we said no, we'll go with what we know. And the problem was I used the 1 in the morning around 22 degrees track temp and was doing 29 zeros. So I thought, if I can do that in the race, we'll be all right. But with the temperatures getting up, it made mine a little more greasy, and obviously everyone else has lasted that bit longer. So yeah, wrong decision, my decision as well. So we'll assess what the weather does for the next one, and hopefully we can give this man a bit more of a fight.
Well, you gave him a fair fight as it was. How did you make the decision on the tyre?
It was like a toss of a coin. It was one of them. It was half my team said one way, half said the other, and it was kind of like 50-50. So yeah, it was my decision in the end. I can't really say no more. And the pace was so fast at the beginning as well, and I expected mine to come better at the end. And actually, I wore it too much just by spinning it too much. So yeah, we'll look at a different strategy for race 2 for sure, and we'll see what the weather does.
Great ride, nevertheless.
Thanks
very much. Leon Haslam for JG Speedfit Kawasaki, and yet another victory. He's 8th of the season for Shaky Byrne. Shaky, the pace you ran in that, we calculated, I think, certainly the first 12 laps and maybe more than that, you were under lap record pace every lap. Did it feel like that?
That's what happens when you try and keep in behind you. It's been a really, really tough year, and it's shaping up to be a great year too, because Leon and I, Jason and James, were all kind of fairly similar, but to be perfectly honest with you, Leon's tyre choice completely dictated my plan of attack. If Leon went with a 0, he and I are very, very similar. I tried a 1 in warm-up, which is the first time I've used a 1, and it's not very good for my bike. It doesn't work how we need it to work. So with the temperature coming up anyway, all the work we've done has been on a 0. We've done race runs on a 0, so I kind of knew roughly where I could be. But when I saw Leon's run this morning, I looked at it and thought, flipping hell, if he's doing that on a 1, it's going to be hard work. So I tried to get to the front and just kind of settle down a little bit. And luckily for me, I managed to run a really, really consistent pace without using too much rear tyre. I was very, very careful, and I could hear Leon for the first probably 10, 12 laps maybe every time I come down into the loop. And I was thinking, oh, no. But fortunately, I stayed out front, and then towards the end, the tyre, was really, really good, and I pushed on again, had another little push, and got back down to sort of 29 1s and stuff. And I thought if I can just keep this up for the last sort of 8 or 9 laps, then I'll be in pretty good shape. And I actually misread my pit board. It wasn't until like 2 or 3 laps to go that I realised I had such a big lead. I thought it was 0.3 or 0.4 or something, but it was actually +4 or +6, whatever it was. And on the last lap, I thought, really? That much? So I just kind of didn't cruise the last lap, but I certainly didn't take no risks. We'll see exactly what Leon said. We'll see what the track temperature's like for race 2. We know what we've got. The boys will have a full race run now at a good pace as well, so they can have a look at the data, and if there's any little things that need changing, we can change. But I'm fairly happy that we can go again and see how we get on in race 2.